Well, hello, Hippity.
Eyeball.
Let's see if we can actually get some people in here.
I
Hey,
had to
Ever,
mute the stream
Ever,
real quick.
this is a serious stream, so please no foot fetish comments. Missy said, "Hi, Ever." Yodelay who? Oh wait, you already did.
Needed it first. Hee hee. But I was the first one in the stream.
Yeah, we know. You weirdo.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, guys, this is actually a serious stream for once. Hey, serious in me saying it does not make sense, does it, Froggy?
No. Because we all know you take being serious as well as I do. What the fuck is that?
Right.
But today
Well,
we're going to touch on a touchy subject.
a really, really touchy subject.
A subject we all should know about.
Right. Okay, guys. Let me get my YouTube fixed on my phone. I did. Yeah, guys, please share this out. The three people. Oh, wait, I already did. I'm one of the three. Yes, guys, share this out, please. There. Now my phone's charging and my watch. My watch came disconnected, so it's not charging anymore.
Uh-oh.
It's charging now.
Yay!
Okay, guys, this is only a test run on this subject or on this new show I'm thinking about. It's called Real Talk. And yes, it is about talking about real events that goes on in the world. Uh there's you guys know there is crime everywhere. Hey Mike, good morning to you, sir.
Good morning, Mike.
Missy's in the living room. She doesn't want to partake in this one or in this show itself because of the subject that we're talking about. But yes, can you guys please share this out to everyone that you know? Well, you guys know the story about my niece, Taylor. Well, there's another story that you guys don't know about. The only person that really knows about it really is the one that's up here. And as you can guess, you probably can guess the subject already when I said Taylor. Well, I had two other nieces and a nephew that were related to each other. The oldest one was molested at a very, very young age. The ones that you think you can count on or trust is your family, correct, Froggy?
Correct.
Not in this case, because the one that was molesting her was her uncle. After she got away from her one uncle, she started straightening out, and then she started acting out what he was doing to her on her sister. After that all got squashed and it ended, her mom and my brother got a divorce. Well, before the divorce, she had another person. This person actually put on my brother's cowboy boots and put the boot on the boy's head. Well, they took pictures of it. My brother was at work at the time. She divorced my brother, and then all three of the kids were molested by her boyfriend, and she seen nothing wrong with it. So, this is an awareness live stream. But there are some people that should not even be on the sex offenders list that are. I'm not saying they're all good. I have a story where a guy was somebody that we played paintball with. He was in the bar drinking, and he decided to take a female home from the bar, which she was buying alcohol and drinking at the same time. Turned around, this girl was 16 years old. So he had to register as a sex offender. And it was all consensual. But since it was a minor, he had to register as a child pedophile. But she was in the bar drinking. So who should be blamed on that? Should it be the bartender?
All three.
Should it be the girl that was actually buying the drinks and drinking them? Or should it have been the one that got charged?
All three. He should have ID'd. They should have ID'd. And if she had a fake ID, she should have been charged.
But the argument I brought up to you on that, how many people are going to ask a female for their ID, especially in a bar past curfew for minors allowed to be in that bar drinking? I wouldn't.
A lot of people nowadays You literally have to, otherwise you're gonna be end up in that category because I'm sorry to say, but a lot of girls lie about their age, but then there's also a lot of girls that lie about things that, well, I can't say that, not a lot, but like there are some girls that do lie about what happened. Matter of fact, my son's going through that right now. A girl decided she wanted to um start rumors
Right.
was saying something she shouldn't be saying about. At this point in time, I know different, he knows different,
Right.
her mom knows different,
Now that's real bad if her own mother
but
knows different.
yeah, but she wants to spread rumors and deface his name.
But this
So,
happened over 9 years ago.
well, look at Jordan. What happened to him happened this just recently, and it was with somebody he thought he could trust because he didn't know no better.
Right.
Even though I've warned him a million times, but I mean, hey, kids are gonna be kids.
Exactly.
But um, now, not to go into too many personal details because I don't have her permission, but I do know of a case where the 15-year-old was just helping out, and the 25-year-old decided to take advantage of her and then started to get her drunk and then proceeded to threaten her after he did unspeakable things to her.
Right.
So, I mean, it, people just need to realize that kids are should not be touched in any way, form, or shape.
Exactly. Uh Now, if you guys have a kid, a teenager and stuff, make sure you check their phones. Because
Not
there's no
only,
telling who they're talking to and what type of conversation.
yep, and checking their apps, and um, I know a lot of parents are out there. Well, I trust my about people doing in it. There's not very appropriate people out there that will take advantage of a child because the parents now, a lot of parents are saying, well, we should have trust in our children. Yes, have trust in your children, but they might not understand that they're getting groomed. So they're going to see it as, oh, they're just my friends, when in reality, they're getting groomed. And they don't realize the signs of it. So sometimes you got to check the phones just so that way you could be like, yes, you're getting groomed.
Well, at least with my son, I can honestly say I can actually trust him. And for the simple reason, because of his ex, and we all know that story. Well, me and Froggy do. And I'm not going to mention names. But yeah. And there are people out there on YouTube that actually goes after these people. There's one channel out there called CP Catcher, Child Predator Catcher, is how what I'm thinking the CP stands for. Then you got PP Mask, which I gave a big shout out to a couple weeks ago. I don't know how he fucking does it, but mad props to him.
I would shoot him.
What's that?
I would shoot every chomo. I'd just walk up to him and shoot him.
We can't really do that because it's not legal.
What's that say? You can make a right turn by making 3 lefts.
So 3 chomos makes it right?
Yeah, you get justice for 1. Shoot 3, you get justice for 1. Shoot 6, you get justice for 2.
So what are you trying to do? Make all right turns?
Yep. All right turns by making left turns. But yeah, I just don't believe. I get really irritated with it because it don't even have to literally be an aunt or an uncle or a stepmom, stepdad, whatever. It could literally be your own brother.
Exactly. And a new one that I just started watching, she has worked with PP Mask on a couple different videos, protecting the innocent. The one I just watched on my way home from work, or finished watching on my way home from work, the guy they caught was a 21-year-old and wanting to meet up with a 14-year-old girl to have sex with her.
That's crazy.
They found the guy in a grocery store and they had him walk to a place that he visits on a regular basis to tell them what he was up there wanting to do. So they basically banned him from the store. If he comes near their restaurant,
they can ban him from the store, but there's so many other places that are he could go.
Right,
children.
Well, on top of it, this gentleman was on a sex offenders list. He was a registered sex offender. On top of it, she was going to put all of her, send them over all of the information she had, and they were going to put it with their special victims unit, and they can go through and decide what they're going to do with him.
See, I think if they catch somebody, they should have the cops already informed. Because
exactly. So, with all that being said, what are some of the signs that people can look for?
Children, in children, it's children acting out, children having nightmares, wetting themselves, um, being afraid of the person, um, redness, swellingness. I mean, if they're in the little age where you can actually kind of check that. Um, in kids that are in like high school, withdrawnness, once again, acting out. That's a normal one for any age, including adults who have been violated. They'll start withdrawing and they'll, like, if your kid starts withdrawing or if they start hanging out with older, well, they're just my friend, or they're coming home with special gifts, those are all signs that something's going on that should not be going on.
Right. Now,
Like, say you have a kid my son's age, or 14, almost 15. And if my son was started to hang out with an older woman, coming home with special gifts, I, I'd put a stop to it. I'd contact the police because that's the first sign of grooming. They're going to
exactly
make you feel as comfortable
as they want you to be.
as you can. If you notice your uncle, your brother, your kid, that's a sign that they're gonna start. They're trying to make that kid feel more comfortable to be around, so they can do things. And it always starts out small, but they'll bring gifts and they'll make them feel like they're special because, well, I was special to them. Well, no, you were, but not for all the right reasons.
Well, that's where it can be hard to tell. Don't get me wrong, because family being get with gifts and stuff, there's a lot of families that do that, especially when they go and visit
Okay,
and
but
haven't
if you're
seen anybody in a while.
okay,
But
but okay, so if I went to, say I went to your, and I only gifted Cody and I didn't gift Austin.
right, that's.
I only gifted
Are you having a problem with your internet,
Cody and I
Froggy?
didn't gift you. Yes, I am. They're watching that throughout the house, and it's storming.
Gotcha.
But no, I mean there's signs that you can tell somebody's doing something. Like if
Right.
you have two kids, I have two kids.
And one's getting more attention than the other.
I would expect exactly. I would expect both of my children to get equal amount of attention. They're 8 years apart, and I would expect it.
Right.
when I go see my niece and nephew, or I did when I was younger, I always made jokes because Dominic was quote unquote my favorite. But I always paid just as much attention to Katie and took care of Katie. The only reason I said Dominic was my favorite was because I bribed him to come out with a cookie.
Right.
And if you
Now,
don't get that, I kept telling my little nephew Dominic that if he can't, if he was born
yes, guys, there is
that
technical.
day, give him a cookie. My sister went into the day. Yes, I'm sorry.
Okay, now she's gone. She'll be back. I hope. Hey, Hippity's back.
I refreshed.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
Now, here's another question for you. Maybe you'll have the answer, maybe not. It's all a matter of opinion. What do you think the percentage of adults breaking the chain?
What you mean, like because they were
Busted when they were younger.
and they didn't want to do it to the next kid?
And they wanted to start over and go on the straight arrow and not wanting to have those temptations on the next. Yes.
I don't think that has a lot to do with it, honestly. As a lot of people have said, I'm attracted to older men.
Right.
You're attracted to whatever you're attracted to. Just because you were molested as a child does not mean that you're going to be attracted to children. I was molested and raped multiple times as a child. I'm not doing it to the next person. My niece was the same way. She's not doing it. The thing with that being said, there are case studies that children of a certain age, in their developmental age, like 0 to 3, 0 to 5, even when their affect when their growth process is affected by childhood abuse, sexual abuse, it does affect the way they think. But I know a lot of people that I have talked to that do not go out and do it even though they were done at a young age. So all of these people that said, well, because I was, no, it's because that's who they are attracted to.
So more or less what you're saying when they give that on these YouTube videos and stuff, it's basically a cop out.
It's yeah, it's because, okay, think of somebody you know that might have been, but we'll take me again. I'm more attracted to older gentlemen.
Fair enough.
I'm not attracted to younger children. And from the age of 5 to the age of 13, I was assaulted and raped many times.
Now, were you able to actually put any of these people behind bars?
Nope. Nope. The one time I tried, they told me, well, he said it was consensual, so we're going with that.
And how old were you at the time?
12.
Doesn't the police know that's not a legal age to give consent? Because in most states,
Care
legal
about
age
them.
to be able to give consent is at least 16.
Yeah. But because we were both children,
That
they
has
said it
nothing.
was consensual.
That has nothing to do with it because you're not a legal age to give consent.
Well, and when you say no, no means no.
Exactly, guys.
That is the
Hey, Gemma.
one thing I have installed in my son's head since the day he turned 3. No means no.
Not no means yes, and yes means yes. No means no, yes means yes. Period.
Exactly. Unless you have given consent prior to the relationship of whatever relationship you're in, because there are some people who get turned on by BDSM, and you're
But
trying to figure
still,
out that one. Ex- Once again, no means no, yes means yes.
what are we chatting about? We are.
Signs and symptoms of childhood abuse.
We're talking about people being molested when at a young age. I'm just gonna come right out and say it, Proggy. People being child molesters, thinking it's okay to have sex with a minor when it's not.
And using the excuse, well, I was when I was younger, so
Right.
I can't help it. Because, yes, they can. I'm sorry. It is a choice. And, like I've stated, just because you were when you were younger doesn't mean you have to do it onto other people.
Oh
I was
wow.
groomed by an old man from a, a local old people's home years ago. He died in prison a few years ago. Exactly. Now, Gemma,
Would
I have I have a question for you. You were groomed.
hang on a second before you ask the question, Gemma? Would you like to come up?
It might still be too hard for her, honey.
It might be, but that's up to her. If she does, I can send it to her through Twitter, the link through Twitter.
Yeah, she's okay staying in chat.
I didn't. Okay, go ahead.
Um, now, groomed is a very. It's still hard for. Yep, I figured. It's okay, honey.
It's understandable, Gemma.
It's still hard for a lot of people to accept.
Right. Give me a second, Froggy. Pause for a second because I'm going to bring up the stream on YouTube. Okay, go ahead. I just wanted to make sure it
But
was muted.
okay, groomed is a very weird word. And the only reason I say that is because it can mean many different things. You groom your beard, you groom
Your hair.
your hair, whatever. When we say groomed, we mean they emotionally manipulate you into thinking it's okay. And at that point in time, and I've said this many times, and I don't know if you've heard me, Braxis, but we we as survivors do not forgive them. We forgive ourselves for not understanding what they did to us. Yep, that's a bit major one
Yep.
is money. And the reason they use money is because money is a form of power.
Wow. They offer money. They offer to take you out to eat. They offer to buy you drinks. They
They
offer
want
to buy expensive things for you just
and
to earn your
trust.
trust, respect.
It ain't even respect. It is literally they want to earn your trust
Trust.
because
Yep.
if you trust them, you think they won't do nothing to you.
Right. And I guarantee that gold watch was probably more money than what he was trying to offer you. And that's the thing, the gifts gets more expensive throughout the whole time.
If you see your kid walking home with a brand new iPhone, there's something up. If you see your kid walking home with brand new earphones or earbuds or, you know, things like that. Luckily, I have a very close relationship with my son.
Oh man. That's the thing over here. They put people like that in protective custody now.
They okay, back in 1984, they put them in a special wing
Yep.
and they were protected because if anybody got a hold of them, it would be a death sentence.
Well, it I don't think it started in Michigan until about in the 90s. Because one slip of the tongue to any inmate and what do they call it now? general population, they would have been offed within a week after
Yeah,
somebody
Gen
put a
Pop.
little birdie in their ear.
And that's all it takes. But now you also got um you got the um I don't know when they started separating them, but let's say you take and you know somebody who's on that wing and you tell them that they did that to you. Now, normally there's code word, everything else.
Yep.
Um, the second you mention it, you're done for. They are done for. Like they will have a hit list. The
Wow.
guy who gave me and my sister bags of candy, I reckon there were around
20 to 30 pounds, which is probably rough estimate about
20 to
uh hang on. Let me bring it up on my phone. Pounds to USD. 30 pounds would be about $35, rough estimate, of candy. Pounds to USD. For some reason, it
pounds to
didn't.
US dollars.
And $20 would be about $23. That is so sick and wrong. That's actually, in my eyes, very disgusting and all that. But yeah, it's the ratio's $1.15 to 1 British pound.
See, and right there, he told your mom
Yep.
at that point in time that it would be done and over. Now, like the person that decided to assault my child as a baby recently got back in contact with my son without me knowing right away. And one of the very first conversations they had was about intimate relations. I'm sorry, but unless you grew up with my son, you do not get to talk like that to him. I'm glad you guys ended up moving, but 9 chances out of 10, he did
Hey,
it
sweets.
his whole life. But no, uh, the person that I actually had told somebody what the person was doing my them because we're their social worker. I said, "Yeah, I'm moving out." They go, well, can you just hold on for a little bit longer? No. Like, they didn't take any seriousness with what was going on with my son. But that's the U.S. cops for you.
Right.
And social workers.
But yeah. So how's Swedes doing?
Hi, sweets. I am going to have to run to the store in a little bit, just to let you know.
Okay, that's
Roy
fine.
came in here and asked me if I could. Because it's his birthday and he don't want to go no place.
Tell him we said happy birthday, birthday boy.
Yep. He was such a good boy. It rained on his birthday. Actually, those old wise tale is if it rains on your birthday, you were a bad boy or bad child. And
Sweet.
then getting my son ready. He's in the school band in a parade this morning.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Well, Swedes, if you want to know what the stream is about, it's signs and awareness on child predators.
And how to protect your children.
Yes.
Because I didn't think I'd have to go through my 15-year-old's phone, but, well, he's almost 15. He's close enough to 15. But apparently I had to.
If you want to come up, Swedes, you can. Because you probably have something to say about this whole subject. Because we all know what people like to
Besides,
do to one. Put them to sleep for good. Sorry.
who we would like euthanization is on dogs.
But yeah. That's my opinion. They should be put to sleep for good.
They should be put to sleep like dogs because that's what they are.
No.
But no, we also got to remember that we can't blame the children when things happen
Right.
like this because they're not at fault. I don't care if they're new, well, yeah, newborn to 18 years old. It is not their fault
And that's
unless they are in a bar drinking.
the thing. A lot of these child predators goes as far as it being a newborn.
Yep.
And taking words from PP Mass, Predators Poachers Massachusetts, that is sick, wrong, disgusting,
Vile.
I don't know how that guy can do this shit on YouTube by catching them.
He thinks he's helping out, but in reality, by letting them go, he's not helping out.
But he can't do anything about it. He does give them numbers to call. He does make them keep contact. As soon as they break that contact, all that information goes to the police.
Well, at least he's doing that. I mean, that's kind of helpful because at least then the police are getting the information that homie is doing something wrong, you know?
And the last court case that he did, they tried to nail him for entrapment.
And that's the thing. They will. Like, I'm sorry, I would rather somebody entrap them and get them off the streets than keep them on the streets. Because imagine all the kids that they're harming.
And you want to know the reason why they tried to nail him on entrapment?
Why?
Because he works with the police. He says he works with the police. In order for it to be entrapment, don't you have to work for the police?
Yes. Kind of.
Not working with the police?
Well, they could claim that it's entrapment because he's not being true and using a fake identity. But at the same point in time, he could not be using a fake identity at all either.
And he don't. He actually gives out his name to the people he catch. So, in all reality, he says he's not the cops. He cannot detain them. They are free to go. Right at the beginning.
And that's all he can do because of the modern day society of which we actually live in.
But if they're walking, he said, I will walk with you and record you and everything else. Because he has that right to do it.
Yep.
Just like if he doesn't, if they don't want to talk and they leave in their car, he tells them, I will get your plates and I will turn it into the police.
Well, there was that one case where there was actually, it literally said a pedophile drives this vehicle.
Drives off, yeah. But that pedophile actually came back to talk to him.
At least he came back, but I mean, there is help out there.
Yes.
But after, okay, so from information I retained from a child molester in prison, and I'm trying not to say those words so you don't get in trouble on YouTube.
Say them.
They, even with therapy, they still have urges.
Correct.
That they cannot avoid. Now, that tells me that they don't have no impulse control.
Exactly.
Because let me tell you, if I see a fine elder man, and I'm not talking like 90, okay, that's kind of gross, but I'm talking like, you know,
no, you'd rather
40.
have him at 100, wouldn't you?
I'm talking like a nice 40-year-old man, okay? 40,
right.
45-year-old man. I'm not going to go do something to them because I have impulse control. I have the brain capacity to say, no, this is wrong.
Exactly.
Which tells me that they do not have that brain capacity to be like, yeah, no, this is not okay.
But supposedly, just to throw this out, they do have a medication that will help you to control that.
Well, that's just like schizophrenia. They have medication to help control the voices. But once again, the voices are always there. So that means that the urges would always be. That means if you have no self control or impulse control, you cannot, the medication will not work.
Now, you want to know what they called this an ammonia drug, which is supposed to
Ammonia is
kill,
bad for you.
which is supposed to kill those urges
Yeah, because it
to go
literally
after
kills,
kids.
because it kills your sex drive.
Now, the only way that's going to work is if you decide to take them.
That
Am I or am I not correct?
I missed half of that. My internet took shit again.
I said the only way that pill's even going to work is if you decide to take it.
Well, that's what I was saying. The only way those pills are going to work is if you actually take them.
And how many people
And
are
if
going
you
to
miss a day,
and how many people do you think would actually
how
take
many?
those?
There are people that don't want to do it because they know it's wrong. So I see them.
So yeah.
My computer or my internet is really saying no.
Yes, I see that. I guess when you
Okay.
meant no means no, your computer
Yeah,
thinks
we're in
no.
a bad. No, the trees just like heavy, thick trees are acting like they're about to topple over.
Damn. Maybe this was a good day to
So,
do this.
well,
But at least it's getting the message out of awareness on this.
we can always and more in depth. I do research on these medications. And that's basically all you can do is research, 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 research,
I was
and try and send out enough awareness so people that sweet Uncle David might not be as sweet as Uncle David as people
right.
think.
I got one question for the people.
Because
Go ahead.
sweet Uncle
I do have one question for the chat at least.
what's up?
Chat, would you like us to actually do this as a continuous show? This real talk.
Talk about real world problems.
Right.
Pick a subject. We can talk about it. I'll research it.
I was going to.
As long as you give me more than a day.
Well, I was going to postpone this for like a week, week and a half to 2 weeks. And I was actually going to take notes of what I find on the internet about it.
Yeah.
But we can always bring this topic back up to keep spreading the awareness on it.
And Miss Gemma, My heart goes out to you and big hugs to
Yes.
you. I- I'm proud that you told it in the chat. That means a lot.
And we also know how hard it was for you to actually,
Discuss it.
yeah. Don't get me wrong. I never had that problem growing up as a kid.
You were one of the lucky ones.
Right. Well, I know my mom would basically killed anyone if I said anything like that.
Oh, Mailman's here.
My family learned how to shoot at a very young age.
Don't get me wrong, so did mine. But mommy was too busy drinking. Daddy was too busy working. And 9 chances out of 10, banging the girl next door.
Oh God.
Always legal though.
Always legal at least?
Yep. They had to be 18 and show ID.
Oh wow.
And I was left with idiots.
Oh,
Like I always tell my grandma, she should have kept custody of me when I was younger.
right. But yes, guys, if you'd like to hear more or hear more, have more shows like this,
I could tell you all the fucked up shit that happened in my household.
what about T-shirts?
Teachers,
Oh yeah.
they're just as bad.
Yep.
I don't know how many times you see on the news so and so was arrested for
Having
inappropriate.
sex with the sixth grader.
There was a store. There was a um story on that where like they put it in as a comedy sketch just to get it out there, but it was like the teacher was sleeping with three of the students and didn't know who the father was.
Wow.
It's in movies now of
Well,
teachers having relations with youngins.
there's a real famous one.
What's that?
Amy Fisher.
Oh, yep, yep.
And there's actually a movie on that.
Very true. But I suppose I better get to the store before the storm knocks down my power, and they don't know how to calculate mathematics.
Right.
They suck at they don't know how to do taxes here. They, they'd have to pull out a calculator and they'd still fail at math.
Sounds like a cashier at in Ohio at Save-A-Lot.
Probably. But I love you. Call me later. I'll be back in about 30 minutes.
Well, I'm probably gonna go ahead and end the stream if you got any final words for the people.
Love y'all. Bye.
Her long ass bye. Anyways, guys, if you guys enjoyed this, let us know. Leave a comment after the video ends if you want to see more of these. But yeah, these are things that probably should be talked about. And like I said, the real famous one was Amy Fisher. She was in a relationship with her high school teacher. Her teacher wanted to be with her. The only thing she had to do was kill his wife, and he didn't think she was going to go through with it, and she ended up in prison. I think the name of the movie was the Amy Fisher Story. So if you guys want to go check that out, you can. And it takes it right down to the details of the whole thing. But with that being said, guys, if you guys enjoy it, please let us know. Much love to each and every one of you that comes in the chat and show support. And please leave a comment if you guys enjoyed this. We can do more and all that. With that being said, guys, excuse me. Peace.